One of the strangest characters in DVD regarding the community for me is Pig. You might not understand what I mean when I say the strangest, so I'm going to break it down. With Pig in her power, she is one of the few killers that can fully make survivors drop everything they're doing and work on something. If you have an active head trap, you have to get to work on those boxes, especially if she has certain add-ons. This is a nice effect, built-in slowdown, no questions asked, something that every killer would want. Not to mention, she also has built-in stealth that is pretty much entirely silent. There is no breathing, no footsteps while crouched. It's pretty much one of the best stealth abilities. So, just these alone, you would assume the Pig is a pretty strong character. Well, yes, but she still has to get the down, and she is an M1 killer, so... Now, while her ambush can be used on loops, when she uses it, it actually hurts her more than it hurts the other survivors, because survivors know how to just hold W once she starts charging it. Overall, her kit can be oppressive, but the start of the game is even more integral for her than most killers, so it's very important that you get an early head trap or spread out injuries. So let's talk about the issues with this. Base kit, her power is not very oppressive, but it's something you have to take seriously. But then you add certain add-ons and perks, and her power becomes an absolute pain. Perks like Ultimate Weapon and Face the Darkness on top of running Gears add-ons is something that should absolutely not be in the game. It feels like condemned Sadako in terms of gameplay, avoiding chase and focusing on one person so that they can't remove their trap. As someone who plays the Pig herself, these are fun to run from time to time as sort of like a gimmick build, but the strength of these when played right can easily guarantee kills when you harass one person with interruptions. Pig has always been in a very mean spot when it comes to content creation. You'll notice that every Pig build video when it comes out is always oppressive in some way. You have the impossible skill check Pig, which actually ended up getting fixed, and the same with the strategy of literally camping one box back when, you weren't guaranteed to get it in 4. You could just camp one box and one unfortunate individual had no choice but to die. So, it seems that whenever you see a Pig build, it is some kind of build that makes her power unbelievably oppressive. So this ends with Pig having an identity of a killer that's okay, but constantly has some sort of play that makes counterplay either insanely difficult or literally impossible. Now, I know this really doesn't matter. There really is only, 4 Pig mains in the entire world. But it does look terrible when Pig's time in the spotlight is something that's unbelievably annoying. So, let's talk about some builds that aren't as annoying as the ones that truly make Pig, the menace that she is. Let's talk about some builds that make Pig the saint of DVD in comparison. I can't lie, these builds are going to be pretty mean, but they're not going to be as mean as, the current Face the Darkness ultimate weapon we have going on now. To be fair, we are starting with a pretty evil build. For the add-ons, you're going to want to run Creative Gears and Jigsaw Sketch. For the perks, you're going to want to run Corrupt Intervention, Pop Goes the Weasel, Jolt, and an info perk of your choice. Or if you want to fully focus on the generators, you can run Thrilling Tremors just to make sure you always know what generators are being worked on. This build is the go-to if you want every match to never end, because on top of the 5 head traps that they have to deal with, they also have to deal with gens constantly getting hit with Jolt and Pop. This build is honestly just overkill. You already have enough slowdown with Pig in general, so when you add, 3 slowdowns on top of that, as you can imagine, it's pretty insane. So there you go. You get a gold star for slowdown. I'm so very proud of you. We'll put the 4K on the fridge. Congratulations, honey. Next up, we have an absolute classic. The quintessential Pig build. The Chase Pig. For this, you just run Combat Straps, Workshop Grease. You can change out Workshop Grease for a couple of other add-ons as seen on screen here. But the perks will traditionally be Bamboozle, Save the Best for Last, Brutal Strength, and Corrupt Intervention. I know Corrupt Intervention doesn't really fit into the theme of the build, but if you're playing Pig, you gotta understand this perk is really gonna be your savior a lot of the time. Otherwise, if you want to run something different, you can run Sloppy Butcher or Enduring, but typically you're gonna want to run Corrupt Intervention. Otherwise, you'll find that you'll lose a lot of gens before you even have any head traps on. And I have to tell you that most A positive upside of this build is that everyone will now be giving you a round of applause for playing Chase Pig. It's basically required. They have to give you claps for running Chase Pig and being an awesome gamer and not running a build that rivals the gameplay of Skull Merchant. The stealth pig. Shh, be quiet. She can hear you. Be a little bit more careful when sneaking up on the specimen. My God, man. She's running the add-ons John's medical file? Combat straps! And what are those perks? Is that... It is. Trail of Torment? Whispers? Dark Devotion? And save the best for last? Okay, stupid bit aside, this build's pretty solid. The general playstyle with this is you want to walk around normally until Whispers activates, at which point you crouch walk, sneak around until you get to the survivor, and either use combat straps to get the grab, or, just a stack for save the best for last, or just use the ambush to transfer your terror radius to the obsession. Also, as I said earlier, Pig is almost entirely quiet, so having Trail of Torment on Pig is very effective for stealth, and you'll find that you'll get a lot of hits that you wouldn't previously have gotten with this. So those are 3 non-cringe builds. Those are Pig builds that aren't going to disappoint your family. So, of course, there's a lot more different builds that you can make, but that's what you do. You go out there, you have fun. There's a lot of stuff to combine when it comes to perks. Of course, there's a lot of traditional M1 killer builds, such as End Fury, and other, like basic attack perks. So, like there's the new one, Rapid Brutality. But, that's all for the full builds, but I don't want to leave you off on that. Let's get into some general add-on combinations that are also really fun together. First off, we have Iridescent Videotape and Rule Set number 2. Combine these two with a map offering, such as RPD or Midwich, and you'll have survivors absolutely wasting their time looking for their boxes, or choosing to keep them on and do gens, leading to literally everyone having to search their boxes. Either way, survivors are put in quite a scary spot. This one is definitely one of my personal favorites, and it gives Pig a lot stronger of an early game, and it's definitely just fun to have everyone traps on their head immediately. Next, we have the Jigsaw Twins. This is running Jigsaw Sketch and Jigsaw's Annotated Plan, which will give you a whopping 6 traps. That's absolutely insane. Not to mention, both of these add-ons will also reward you if the survivors decide to ignore their traps, by revealing those with a trap on their head on generators, and removing 10 seconds from a head trap whenever a generator is completed. The Jigsaw Twins are a pretty strong duo, not one you should mess around with for sure. Now, ending off with an add-on combination that goes back to making Pig quite the bully. We have what I like to call the Pestering Pig. You run the add-ons Amanda's Secret and Razor Wires, and absolutely annoy anyone who's trying to remove their head trap and try to interrupt them during a skill check as best you can, leaving them injured and making them an easy one-hit down. This one is mean, and I won't lie, I don't think the Twitter Council will approve of this one. This one's actually might be on the same level as the, the Face the Ultimate Weapon build. That's some of the recommendations I have. You can do a lot of different things with Pig. There's still so much to experiment with, such as the Iridescent Videotape and any of the add-ons that add status effects to survivors who have head traps, such as, the Toxin that adds, Exhausted to everybody. And not to mention just going for kills with the Tampered Timer. I just really want people to realize that Pig has a lot of variety in the things that she can do, and people really overlook all the possibilities for something evil, like Face the Ultimate Weapon. So, go out there and play Pig. You don't have a choice anymore. You are now Pig main. Shouldn't have clicked on the video. You're doomed from the start now. You're a Pig main, and that's all you do now. You play Pig. Go watch some other videos, I guess. Or play Pig. See you all in the next one.